folks, welcome to Girl Talk. As you can see, we are filming here in the fantastic Bella Domicile, one of our favorite spots. We just love coming here.
We're in the showroom here, and they have kitchens, they have baths, they even have that wine room.
The wine room that everyone needs in their home. You
Must have.
Yeah, you don't know it till you see it, and then you realize what's been missing from your life.
Absolutely.
So that's a great spot. So come see the wine room. But we have a fabulous show for you. As you can see, Janet and I are here as always, and Elise is going to be with us a little bit later in the show. You may notice that Kirsten isn't here. We're starting season 2, so just our first couple episodes into season 2, and Miss Kirsten is gone on to become a famous real estate news guest. She's going to be spending lots of time on our real estate news. So
That's her thing.
that's her thing. She's amazing. She's real estate. We're going to miss her terribly, but we're going to see plenty of her, and I'm excited for that. But the good news is that we have Miss Lauren joining us. Full-time, permanent Girl Talk host. Yeah, so excited to have you.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here, and thank you, Kirsten, for the opportunity. And I have some very tall shoes to fill. You're a girl talk, literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
so,
you sure do.
But
Well,
I'm pleased to be
we
here.
can't wait. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you, ladies.
And also joining us today is Miss Jennifer Braun, and Jennifer is joining us from Bliss Flow Yoga.
yes,
Thank
that's
you
right.
for being with us.
Oh, I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to talk about Bliss Flow Yoga. So let's start with that name. Where did you come up with that? What a cool name for a yoga studio.
Thanks. We think that yoga is really about finding your inner bliss. And so we are a vinyasa yoga studio. So there you go. So bliss and flow. So really super.
Absolutely.
What a great, it just sounds like you hear that name and you're like, I need to be there. I need to be there. That's going to bring me exactly what I'm looking for out of a yoga practice. So, I mean, I'm personally a huge fan of yoga. I love it. I'm so happy to have you on today. I absolutely love your studio. So let's talk to the viewers a little bit about what are the 3 biggest reasons somebody should start a yoga practice.
Well, if you're looking to increase your strength, your flexibility, your inner peace, yoga's for you.
Yes, please.
I'll take 3.
Right. Who isn't looking for that?
Right.
So I think, yeah, who isn't looking for that kind of thing? And I'm sure people are wondering, well, how soon can they start actually getting those results?
You know, there's an interesting study that just came out that after your first 1-hour class, 68 gene expressions change. Isn't that amazing? 68.
Wow.
Yes.
We're species, right? What a neat thing. So let's talk a little bit about someone who, I don't do a lot of yoga. I know Janet, you're a yoganista. I'm going to make up words all ending in "ista" today. But so for someone who's new, what are you looking for in terms of a studio? What kinds of things as we're shopping around should we think about?
You know, I think it's really obvious, but the first thing you should look for is making sure that the studio is clean and it smells fresh. Sounds obvious, but it's really important.
Sure.
The second thing is to make sure that all the teachers are certified by the National Yoga Alliance. And then the last thing that I recommend is making sure that there's a variety of classes that work for you, beginner to advanced.
Good tips, all good tips. And I mean, just some of them kind of basic, yes, but important because it's all about the experience.
It is.
And so you want to go somewhere that feels good and feels fresh and is just a nice, has action, has nice flow.
And you mentioned a beginner class, and I think that's important. If people do start off in a class that's maybe not quite right for them, their first experience will be a good one.
Right, exactly.
So, Jennifer, what are your favorite classes at Bliss Flow? What is your favorite yoga style to do?
I would have a hard time listing my
Sure, I
absolute
can
favorite,
imagine.
but so no instructors get jealous. But we've had 2 classes since the very beginning of Bliss Flow, which are my absolute favorite. Candlelight Flow, which are Tuesday and Thursday, so yoga, very chill and all done by candlelight.
Cool is that?
And then it is totally relaxing. And then we have this very super fun Friday night happy hour. And that's a great class. It's just got good energy. It's a healthy alternative to like a cocktail or maybe a cocktail after.
It's a way to relax and rejuvenate for the weekend.
Yes,
After your
absolutely.
stressful work week. I love
I
it.
can't wait. Well, I'm going to check it out. It sounds really fun. Make sure you go see Jennifer and team at Bliss Flow Yoga. And you'll have to stick around with us, Jennifer, and watch because we are going to be talking to the folks at Bella Domicile later in the show. And I kind of tease, we've got some great guests coming up next also. But Bella Domicile and Flora 360 is doing a really wonderful thing for a wonderful charity. And there's a lot going on. We're going to have to tell you more, a little teaser. So make sure you stay tuned Talk. It's all right here at Belly Domicile. Stick around. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are back here at the fantastic Bella Domicile, and a little bit later we're going to talk to the folks here and the folks at Floor 360 about some great things that they're doing for a local charity. Right now we're going to tackle kind of an interesting and big topic. We're going to talk about the art of medical prosthetics, and joining us now we have Greg Guion, who's owner, and I'm going to cheat, anaplastologist for medical art prosthetics. And you guys have helped people all over the country, I understand. So we're very excited to talk to you. Welcome.
Thank you.
So let's kind of dive right in. Let's talk a little bit about facial prosthesis and basically what is most important for people. What are they looking for? Give us a little background.
Well, in this area, it's such a small area that when people end up needing a facial prosthesis, they don't know where to go, because it's not that common.
It's not. Sure.
So it's really up to the referral, or they go on the internet, but it's not like medicine or dentistry where you know where someone is trained appropriately.
Right.
And so they're really in the dark. So really the most important thing is simply to look at it like any other specialty, is to look for a specialist, somebody that actually does facial prosthetics as a professional career.
Unless unless you're faced with a situation in which you need something like this, it's just not top of mind. So finding somebody, to your point, that's got a lot of experience.
Right.
So I can only imagine, but can you tell me a little bit about what role technology plays in prosthetics?
Yeah, well, technology has really come into the media a lot. So if you go online or watch TV, you see that there's a lot of 3D imaging and then three-dimensional printing of prosthetic devices, particularly hands, and now sometimes facial prosthetics. But technology, frankly, is really overhyped when it comes to the design, fabrication, and fitting of facial prosthetics. People they're kind of enamored with the idea that it's almost magic to scan and mill and print a prosthesis because they think it's perfect. But usually what that is it's really a tool for us to help us along the way to streamline the process to some degree. But so technology is, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. It's really the end result, and that's old school.
Yeah.
It's to really get the detail and accuracy of color matches. There's no technology at this point that's even close to it.
So 3D printing might be a great template or a way to start, but really what makes the finished product what it is your, artistry and the anaplastologist.
That's
really
well
putting in
said,
their
because we do use imaging and 3D printing for that purpose, to create a template in planning surgery and so on and so forth, and create prototypes. But
so good starting place, but it's thanks to you that we're able to see this.
You still got to rely on. You still have to rely on an artist.
Absolutely.
You need real people in this industry.
Well, I'm glad that you're here and that's an option, because this is so important. And I mean, so say someone maybe needed an ear, and a nose, or an eye done. Are there medical or surgical ways to kind of help them with that?
Well, when it comes to facial structures, sometimes a nose or an ear could be reconstructed surgically.
Sure.
But the ability for a surgeon to sculpt tissue and cartilage into something as elegant and something as detailed as an ear or a nose is incredibly difficult. And so it's prosthetics we can get much closer.
Yeah, and you've got those right
Looking
here.
at some of these, I know it's outstanding.
It's amazing.
What it looks like physically. I mean, how real and lifelike it is. And let's talk a little bit, for somebody that is in need of something like this, about just how long does it last? Is this something that they need to have replaced or revisited, or how does that work?
It is, exactly. So I'll grab this just as an example. It is a discrete silicone piece. It's not something that goes onto the person's face and magically stays there.
Okay.
It's either got to be glued, with a medical adhesive, or attached with magnets. So the individual takes it off every day and puts it on. So there's wear and tear. So these The standard answer to that is maybe 3 or 4 years.
Oh, wow. But
Between the time that a person then has to come back and either have the prosthesis replaced or repaired.
That is just fascinating.
it really is. I'm kind of stunned about
I
this.
know,
So
these are amazing.
what an amazing option
Incredible.
for somebody who has, had an accident or a situation in their life where they need something like this. It's absolutely life-changing to be able to have something that makes them feel confident out in public. So very, very interesting topic. I think we've probably just hit the surface of it all. But Greg Guion from Medical Art Prosthetics, thank you for sharing just a little bit about what you do. It's
Thanks.
wonderful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank
And
you.
we're going to be back with more Girl Talk. Stay tuned for Orange Theory Fitness. They are coming up right after the break.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are here at Bella Domicile. Later on, we will check in with those folks, talking about a very interesting charity that's doing fabulous work around the country. Right now, though, if your to-do list has getting a little bit more fit, you're going to want to listen to our next guest. We have with us Adrian Lee. He's a head trainer over at Orange Theory Fitness. Now, these are the new kids on the block here in Madison, but they are not new to fitness. Welcome, Adrian, to Girl Talk.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Before we talk about Orange Theory, the business so much, let's talk about you and how did you come to decide to be a trainer?
Okay, so I actually went to the University of Wisconsin, got a couple
Yay.
degrees, in nutritional sciences and kinesiology, and I studied a lot about the metabolism and stuff like that, and I graduated recently last December. And what really attracted me to Orange Theory is the science behind everything. Like, I learned a lot about this stuff in school. And it's really the one area in Madison that I found that really utilized that scientific approach to exercise. So that's what really
I can see why. When you have that science backing, it just makes you feel a lot more confident about telling people what to do for
Exactly,
exercise.
yes.
Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on your new degree. But can you tell us a little bit about Orange Theory? What makes it unique besides that science background?
So what makes it so unique is that we use heart rate monitors. And basically what happens is your heart rate is determined on your age, your gender, your stature, and your fitness level.
Sure.
So we can have an Olympic athlete running 12 miles per hour at 6% on a treadmill, right next to someone like my grandmother who might be 75 and sedentary, going power walk at 3.5 miles per hour, something like that.
Okay.
And they're working at the same intensity. You might assume that he's working harder, but if you look at their heart rates, they're both at 85% of their maximum heart rate. So
Sure.
relatively, they're working at the same, intensities. So
Okay.
it's really
And
cool.
side by side.
Yeah, and side by side, exactly, in a group setting.
That's really important, I think, because when you're younger and you're fit and you're trying to reach a certain level in your athleticism, you need to push harder. But it's equally important for folks who are older and don't have that same athletic capability to know that they're not going to be pushed beyond their limits too and
Exactly.
stay in a safe zone. I think that's really important for older folks watching. I've heard of people who have worked with trainers in their older age where they felt kind of uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I've kind of veered, into a whole nother topic, but I just think that's a really good point. So I want to ask you, we've heard of the red zone. What is the orange zone? Talk to
Okay.
us about that.
So the orange zone. Let's start with the green zone first.
Oh, okay.
Just before we go into the orange zone. The green zone is 71 to 83% of your maximum heart rate.
Okay.
And when we're in that zone, we're using oxygen, we're using fat to create energy for that workout. Then we take you guys into an orange zone. So all of a sudden, we can't use that oxygen pathway anymore and basically go into something called an anaerobic pathway. The only thing you need to know is that it doesn't use oxygen.
Okay.
But that creates an oxygen deficit, which causes EPOC to happen, and that causes an additional calorie burn over the next 24 to 36 hours after your workout.
Really?
Of 300 to 400
Wow.
additional calories, yeah.
Wow.
We
So
love that
now-
part.
Yeah.
I think I love the orange zone.
I know. You probably hate it in the moment, right? Or how bad is it?
It's not too bad. It's uncomfortable, but we usually only have you 2 to 3 minutes in that
Oh, we
orange
can
zone.
handle that.
So exactly.
And that's how you get results, is getting to that level of discomfort. That's
Exactly.
how you get change, right? That's really
Exactly.
cool. Cool.
All right, so how often should people be getting uncomfortable?
So I would say if you're beginning, I'd say 3 to 4 times per week. And the only reason why is because if you're hitting your zones at Orange Theory Fitness for that 12 to 20 minutes in each workout you do, you're getting that additional calorie burn every 24 to 36 hours. So if you're coming in every other day, what you're doing is you're boosting your metabolic rate every single day by 300 calories, and obviously that leads to pretty fast results.
Please, more cake.
So how does a new client of yours prepare for a class?
So I would prepare by having some good nutrition. If you're going to eat like a simple carbohydrate, like an apple or vegetable, maybe a half an hour to an hour before coming into class. And then if you're going to have something more complex like pasta or rice or anything like that, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours before you come into class. Just that way you're full of energy when you come in.
But not a full tummy.
But not a full tummy, exactly.
Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about recovery.
Okay.
So what does recovery look like in terms of, I mean, we've reached our peak, we go home the next day, how tough is it?
Recovery can be tough, especially in the beginning if you're relatively sedentary before coming in to do class. However, there's a lot of things you can do. You can stretch, you can make sure you're getting a lot of protein after your workout, along with some simple carbohydrates. And then one thing people need to do is realize that they should come back to exercise, because you are increasing blood flow to those sore muscles, and it's actually going to help recover those
More
muscles.
exercise helps you recover
Exactly.
from exercise.
Yes.
Good tip.
So the sofa is not the recovery tool you're recommending.
Exactly.
Thanks, so nice to meet you, Adrian.
Nice
This
to meet you
is
guys.
Adrian with Orange Theory Fitness. When we come back, we'll be here at Bella Domicile, a charity that started out as a contest and ended up being a national movement. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're here at Bella Domicile in their showroom and here on Nesbitt Road. And with us, you have seen this woman before. This is Dondi Zambak-Waldy. She's one of their lead designers. But we also have a special guest with us as well. This is Bob Toby, and he's from Flora 360, which is on Verona Road. Now, these two have teamed up to get involved in a charitable event that actually started as just a national contest and has turned into a movement across the country to help charities. You're going to want to listen in on this. Welcome, and thank you for telling us about this project, which is called Design for a Difference. Bob, tell us about the project.
Well, like you said, it started out as a national contest by a group called the International Design Guild, of which Flora 360 is a member. And people that didn't win the contest still wanted to do these makeovers for charities. And so we turned into a national movement, and right now we have over 20 locations around the country that are doing these design makeovers for a charity to make their spaces better.
That's amazing. I could see how someone would submit their charitable organization in hopes that they'd win and then still want to help them out even if they didn't win back when it was just one winner.
Correct.
Now you have lots of winners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dondi, clearly there are obvious reasons, but can you tell us how and why Bella Domicile decided to get involved?
Sure. I mean, part of our culture is giving back to the community, but I have to say the reason we got started was last year, Flora 360 had an event to kick off at their showroom, and Mark Burnett was there and talking about how we could get involved with the community and kind of pool the resources of a lot of different groups to kind of get things going. So I think it's not just us either. There's a whole team of people that have come together to make things work in Madison.
Yeah, I was looking at the website for this event and looking at all the different people that are contributing their time, their efforts, their expertise. So we're talking about the Madison area. Who's the charitable organization that's going to be benefiting from this?
Well, we sent out the process. We sent out applications and information packets to local community-based organizations, and we, after reading many heartfelt, great applications, one stood out with the Center for Families, and they have an area there called the Respite Center that helps children in crisis. It's actually a family center, but when families run into problems and the children need to be removed from the home for any variety of reasons, they have a place to come where it's comforting and they're taken care of and their parents know that the children are okay. So it's a great center with really good people, and please get on their website and learn more, both on the Design for a Difference website, there's some good videos, and on the Flora 360 website about the Center for Families.
Just hearing you talk about it actually is giving me goosebumps.
I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But what what's really been exciting is it's not about Floor 360 or Bella Domicile. We really created a great team of people. I think we have over 15 interior designers or interior-based companies, and they've all, during the day, they might compete for business, but in this event, they're all just working together. We have Bella Domicile, we have California Closets, we have Dibdall's design group, and everyone is working together to make this space the best it can be for those children in need and for the staff that works there. It's really
absolutely
impressive.
fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely
very
fantastic. Well, Bob, can you give us a little sneak peek? Tell us like what's going on thus far, what's been happening with the makeover?
Well, yeah, it's all pre-stuff. The actual makeover is going to happen the first week of October. But we've had many meetings between our teams. We have a master plan for the whole space. And there's just a lot of very neat stuff. We want to keep it kind of secret for the big unveiling party.
Understandable.
But if people know the work that Bella Domicile does, I think one of the highlights will be the brand new kitchen that they're going to be providing.
Oh no, I can imagine what that's going to be like. Pretty incredible.
So Donde, I've seen lots of your handiwork in the kitchens. What's the participation that Bella's been offering to this event?
Well, we're just part of a team, and different teams have been split up to work on different areas. We're doing the kitchen makeover. We've had an opportunity to meet with the folks that use the kitchen at the Respite Center to get their input, and then we've put together a few surprises for them. So basically, we're responsible for space planning the kitchen, getting the materials, and the installation
Now, I know
accomplished.
you're not supposed to give too much away, but if we wanted to see some of these surprises, or maybe just the before and after, because makeovers are so fun, and this one's very special. Is there a way we can see that?
Well, not quite yet. Mark Brunette's, the Hollywood designer, is going to be bringing in a Hollywood film crew and kind of doing a whole big reveal video.
Wow.
That will be, up at the end of the reveal. So right now, you can follow things by going to the website, which is for Design for a Difference, and following it there. I do want to say, I want to shout out for Angela at Floor 360, who's really putting the work in behind the scenes to get this done. And we have great participation from the designers, and we have all the plans and everything together, but we still need help. We need donations. We're going out to the community and getting a lot of the big things, the cabinets, a lot of the things that companies are contributing, but there's still a lot of things we need to purchase for the space. So on the website, there's a button there for donations. So if you could please hit that, it all goes through CrowdRise. All the money goes directly into Center for Families and is dispersed from there for the needs for this project. So please help.
And it's local.
Right.
It's staying
Yeah.
right here in Madison. Well, this is just a fantastic project, and it's so exciting to learn about it. And thank you for coming in and telling us about it.
Thank you.
Design for a Difference. Be sure to check out their website, see what they're up to, see if you can help out too. Thanks both of you for coming in today, and thanks to all of our guests today on Girl Talk, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the CW57.